might put you on the spot. One thing you're nervous about doing as a zone or region chair, and one thing you're excited about. The other questions you'll be asked, you should know. Really easy, okay? One more, Yvonne. And Denise, have you gotten sizes from everyone that's here? Yeah. Okay. Cheat a little bit. Okay, hold on. Turn down, face me.
Eric, that's 26.
Grab a chair and have a seat. While we're waiting just for a couple of photos, we have one more. I just want to thank everyone. We said please be here by 6:30. My timetable said we would probably start that meant at about 6:45, and it is 6:36. And almost everyone that said they would be here by now is here. Some that said they might be a little late are already here. So thank you. To me, that shows that District Governor-elect Cindy has a good team, and they're ready to work hard. So as we get this last photo, we're going to go around and we're going to introduce ourselves. I would like you to stand up, say your name, the club you are currently a member of, your position on the cabinet, what you're nervous about, what you're excited about, okay? Such as, good evening, I'm Maryah. I am your second Vice District Governor-elect, and I'm excited to also be part of the training team. I am from Bay Area Special Olympic Lions. I'm nervous because you're always nervous in a new role, but I'm excited because I know we have a good team to also help train me for when I am governor in 3 years.
I'm Lion Calvin with the Silicon Valley Cyber Alliance, and I'm excited to be with her, and I have a problem with public speaking. So hopefully that can help me with the zone that I'll be working with, and he's my region chair.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Lion Bradley Rojas. This is my second term as a region chair. And I'm excited to work with you all. And I'm scared of seeing you every time.
And what club are you with?
I'm with Daily City Halls Lions Club. I forgot about it.
Hi, my name is my club is the San Francisco Friends Cyber Lions Club. And I'm so excited to, with all of you and the new face and new person and all the new zone clubs. And also, I don't think nervous. I'm so excited. So another year. Thank you.
I'm Lion Eric Winkler. It's nice to be back on the cabinet again. It's been a few years, and I'm with the Burlingame Lions Club. And I'm excited about a great cabinet, a great year working with so many great Lions. And I'm nervous about my wife throwing me out of the house for spending too much time doing Lions stuff.
Good evening, my name is Malu Aklan. I am from SF Premier Lions Club. And I am excited, of course, excited for the unknown. I know there's so much to learn, but I'm beginning to learn about this new position that I am.
Good evening, my name is Lion Khan. I'm with Silicon Valley Lions Club. I'm currently a region chair. I'm going to be a second term region chair. And I'm excited to work with everybody as a team, and also excited to learn more and then getting more things done, more service projects. Nervous about saying like my wife, you eating up too much, and nervous about gaining weight, looking good shape, right?
You're already too skinny. You need to get big.
Still skinny.
Oh, thank you. Lion Stephen Martin. I'm very excited to learn things, make new people, overcome maybe past fears and things. Nervous about being successful.
And what club?
Geneva Excelsior Lions.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lion Alvaluya. I'm the current president of the San Francisco Unified Lions Club, also founder. I've been with the club for 9 years. I was also with the Chinatown Lions Club for 18 years and a past president there. I'm just excited to be with this amazing team. I'm here as a zone chair because I want to support my good friend, mentor, Sydney Zhang, and her cabinet this year, and I know we're going to do a great job as a team.
Daniel from SF Lion Premier Times Club. I'll be a region chair. I'm also the administrator of our club, and I wish that being administrator, I can help my zone chair to go to the portal and check what they can find in there. But I'm excited to be a region chair, and to my zone chair is already nervous about. Don't want me so much. This is what they tell me. So let's just work hard together so we can be successful this coming year.
I'm Kantola with the San Francisco Dynamic Club, and I'm nervous about stepping into a new position that is new to me, and I will do my best to work with new leadership under our new incoming governor, and yeah. So that's about it.
No, it's a whole paragraph there.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Lion John Chen. I was the Cindy in the San Mateo Metropolitans. My position for last year, I'm so grateful because it's a good learning. I'm humbling to learn, and I always bother Denise. Thank you, Denise. I have a chance to thank you in the public. And thank you, Cindy, give me a chance to continue to do the room chair. That means it's continue for working with another 5 club that get more experience. So thank you so much, and great to be here. And hopefully we can work in as a family. If you have anything that you want to share with me, just great. Give me a text message, email, whatever. I respond very quickly. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Lion Joanna Jia. So we are the San Mateo Metropolitan. I'm the position zone chair. So I'm very new. So I want to everybody teach me how to do the correct. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Lion Fong Park with the Burlingame Lions Club. I'll be a zone chair this year. I guess what I'm nervous about is just sort of the roles and responsibility as a zone chair, learning that. I'm very excited to work with the cabinet and the new incoming president, as well as the clubs on the side. So thank you.
I am Lion Jeff, Silicon Valley Lions Club, the outgoing club president, and I'll be zone chair again. I'm excited to have the opportunity to help out clubs in whatever zone I'm assigned. And I think for being nervous, just speaking in public in front of different clubs.
Hello, my name is Lion John, and I'm current president or outgoing president of San Francisco Cosmopolitan Lions Club. I am nervous every time my work phone rings because then it pulls me back to work. I was off at 5. I didn't get here until after 6:30. So what excites me is actually the unknown. So every time there's an unknown, it's actually quite exciting, but at the same time, it can be nerve-wracking too. Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
All right. And I want to make sure everyone knows the people that are really the backbone of the entire cabinet. First, we have Lion Denise Kelly, our cabinet secretary. If you do not have Denise's phone number and email in your phone now, add it. Make sure you know how to get a hold of her. If there's a question, she probably has the answer. And if she doesn't have it, she'll find it and get it to you within like 48 hours. She's pretty good about that. We have our executive director, Yvonne Kantola from Chinatown Lions. You'll be hearing from Yvonne at least every week, right? With the visitation schedule and anything else that comes up. Please, region and zone chairs, give Yvonne the respect that we all know you have by when she sends out the calendar that says, here's the clubs, who's coming, respond quickly. Okay, so she doesn't have to hound you down, because that's not fair. She's a volunteer too. Of course, we have Council Chair Kevin Guess, who is part of the global leadership team. And then we have Past Sister Governor Maryah, who is our global leadership team chair. And of course, as we should all get used to, shall we rise and greet our incoming governor, Mr. Governor. All right, let's just dive right in. So you know, on an international Lions level, the only training that is out there is zone training. The USA Lions have region chairs. The rest of the world does not. Please understand that as we're looking at chain of command, we have our governor team, our global action team, our executive, our secretary, treasurer, executive director, our region chairs, our zone chairs, our club presidents. Right? Does that make sense? However, club presidents, if every club president had a question and had to call Cindy, District Governor-elect Cindy personally, she could be getting up to soon 65 calls a day. So club presidents will first reach out to zone chairs. Zone chairs will reach out to region chairs, and so on. Okay? However, everyone is here to help. So if you know right away, a zone chair, you get a phone call that says, my service chair doesn't know how to get on the portal. If you know how to get on the portal, you can answer it. If you want to direct them directly to someone who can help them, we understand that too. Our incoming service chair is Past Sister Governor John Huey. He will be doing the job that I did for the last 2 years and helping everyone make sure their service is done. Okay? So we're going to jump right into responsibilities first. The first thing as zone and region chairs is to further the purpose. What is our purpose? Serve. To serve. But we can't serve without members. So, Kevin, you have your gifts for everyone?
I do.
First thing first is to further the purpose to serve, we have to have members. You are all technically part of the global membership team. And our goal in Lions right now is, does anyone know?
1.5.
Mission 1.5. 1.5 does not mean pure membership, only advertised membership. We were just given a directive from International that in membership, that also means service. So if we're advertising service, we will advertise membership. Okay? So Council Chair Kevin is giving everyone a Mission 1.5 pin, and Executive Director Yvonne application. We're asking that when you go to any of your visitations, along with your zone, region pin, your uniform, your name badge, you wear your 1.5 and you take this membership application. If you need another one, call. We were going to give out more than one to everyone, but International will only give a district 25 membership applications at a time. So, they're being a little stingy because they don't want us to throw them away. They're trying to be good for the environment. So that's how we're going to further the purpose. All year, along with that, when you go to do your visitations, please be on the lookout in the clubs you're visiting, people that are standout leaders that you can report back to both District Governor-elect Cindy and First Vice District Governor-elect Jimmy on who might be good fit for Jimmy's council next year, right? Because we want to grow our leadership. The next thing you guys are responsible for is supporting the district plan. We're going to get into that a little bit more when we have District Governor-elect Cindy come up, but just know you're part of that plan and making sure it happens. Serve as a chairperson. You're in a leadership role, but we're not promoting leaders, right? We're promoting service, and we're promoting teamwork. So region chairs, you will be the leader of your region, but we don't want to be a leader or a manager, right? We want to build that team. And lastly is to support club health. In your regions, your region is only as successful and healthy as your clubs that you are serving. Does that make sense? Every month, you will get a club assessment report that the first couple times you read it, you can ask people who've been on the cabinet before, the first couple times, it's overwhelming information. Because it's every club in the district that ever has been. So there are clubs that no longer exist, such as Belmont Lions Club. Even though that club hasn't existed for 5 years, it's still on the club assessment because it once lived in the district. So you'll see all these zeros and you might go, ooh. And there's a lot of clubs together that have all been either canceled or merged with other clubs, okay? Look for your clubs, and it'll make it easier, and it won't feel as overwhelming. I'll tell you a little secret for me. I always downloaded it as an Excel spreadsheet from the email, and then I sorted out all the clubs that I wasn't responsible for. So I was only looking as a region chair at my 10 clubs, or as a zone chair of my 4 clubs. It makes it a lot more manageable to get that information. So, our role. Who wants to write and stand up for a minute? I'll call on someone. Well, Jeff is really trying hard to avoid eye contact. So Jeff, come on up. It's okay, I have horrible spelling. It's fine. It's okay. So on the roll, under leader, what kind of leaders do you want to be for the district? There's no wrong answer. Shout them out.
Leader that builds leaders.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more time.
Leader that builds leaders.
Leaders that build leaders. So we want to build leaders. Anyone else?
An example.
We want to be an example. I know, it's not quite as wide as. What else?
I think that means
You can do the next one, it's okay. I have more, don't worry. What other kind of leaders do we want to be? We want to build our leaders, we want to be examples, what else?
Leaders that encourage.
Encourage. Support. We want to be supported.
Be good connectors to the resources that they have.
You want to be a connector.
To the resources.
You have to be a motivator.
Motivator. Do we have one more?
Empathy.
What was that?
Empathy.
Empathetic. All right. Yeah, that's great. I know exactly what you mean.
Change another word.
Okay. Bradley.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Also in our role, we're collaborating. Who are we collaborating with?
The line, the member.
Members,
Other clubs.
clubs,
Clubs.
He was-
Cabinets.
club officers. Right, Pastor?
Everyone. Everyone.
Everyone. We're connecting everyone. All right. Did you say everyone? That was the last one. All right, one more.
All right, I'll do
All right, Eric. You got
I'll try to write
Can you write even smaller on the other? Okay, so our last bullet as in our role is we're advisors. Who are we advisors to? And who will we be advising? Co-officers. There's a really important one that we kind of mentioned, but we didn't dive into. Do you know as zone and region chairs that you're also part of the governor's advisory committee? So you want to...
So we're advising the governor. Yeah.
We're a big, huge family, big, huge team. Anyone else need to be added to that?
What about our communities?
Communities?
Hey, we're here. What do you guys need?
All right, thank you. All right. So, these are the big ones that you'll be working with all year. Not to mention your own team, right? Just making sure you know who this is. The district governor team. Who's on that team?
Everyone.
Well, the district governor's team.
Governor, first vice district governor, and second vice district governor.
Do you know their names?
Of course. Lion Cindy Zhang, Lion Jimmy Ness, and Lion Maryah.
Just checking. The other ones that you guys will be working really closely with is the GAT. Does everyone know what the GAT is?
Go.
So we have, the GAT is the Global Action Team. Within the Global Action Team, there's Global Extension, who is past Sister Governor Esther?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I always mix one or two up. Then there's Global Membership, and that is past Sister Governor June Valera. Global Leadership, which is past Sister Governor Mario Benavente, and Global Service, which is past Sister Governor John Huey. You will all be doing all you region chairs will be chairing a district project with John Huey, and that we'll discuss in a little bit. The other thing you're working with are district officers. Besides the people, right, besides you zone and region chairs, can someone name one other district officer?
District secretary.
What's her name?
Line in.
Anyone else know any other district officers?
How about the cabinet treasurer?
Do you know who the cabinet treasurer is this year?
Is it Yvonne? Actually,
No.
Philip Kwan.
Philip Kwan.
Oh, it's Philip Kwan. Okay. All right.
Okay, so you are all gonna get this in a list, you don't have to remember it all right now, I promise. The other is the LCIF coordinators. The LCIF coordinators So Lions Club International Foundation coordinators, not only do they have a goal set to them from international, they have they have an MD4, multiple district for the state of California goal, and our incoming governor has given them a goal. So that is Lion Amy Fink and Lion Michael Kafar. Okay?
Is that unusual to have two? Uses just one?
It is in some areas. Yes, Council Chair?
Coming from international, they're going to continue to start to do co-chairs because they are replicating what we do in far as District 4C4 goes, which is building a succession plan. So having somebody new come in that doesn't know what they're doing does not make sense. So to build a succession plan, you need co-chairs, so one can take over and then you find the next person. So that supports one of our major missions, which is find your replacement.
Thank you. So as much as it isn't usual, it's becoming the norm. And as Council Chair Kevin just said, the state and the United States are looking at our district. We do things that we've been sent in like a checklist form of big goals. And over the last 4 years, thanks to all of those who've been in leadership roles, we've been hitting them. And that means that they just give us bigger goals. So, and then most importantly, you'll be working with the club officers. Okay? And that is really, really important. As I said earlier, you're gonna really wanna make sure on these visitations that at the end of the year, when, I believe Lion Denise, you sent it out too, right? Right before the district convention, did you notice anyone who's ready to step up? Okay? That's how we get names, how we got everyone else's name in this room at some point. My name got thrown in, you know. Someone told Past District Governor Maryah, I don't know, I lost track of how many years ago, she would be good in leadership, and he had me on his cabinet for the first time. So it starts with a zone chair. All of you could be the next governors. All right. So, little closets? Yeah. Okay. As we talked about, every region chair, you're not doing the project, you're chairing a project with your zone chairman as your co-chairs in a global service or in a global cause. District project, not a club project, not a region, a district project where every Lion in the district could come and help. This year, we've tried things in many different ways. This will be the fourth year, that we are doing it kind of like this. The first year we did it, people kind of got to choose what they wanted to do. I fought really hard for what I wanted. Then there was a year that we drew names out of a hat. There was a year that everyone got to pick their top. This year, we decided, we had a meeting with the leadership and we picked what each region was going to do. So, we're gonna pass these out. Zone and region will all get it. If you're a zone, if you know who your region are. I don't even know if you all know who your zone and region people are. But region chairs, your names are on the list. And as we go through this, we're going to talk a little bit. So does everyone know the current 8 global causes? Without reading them? Oh, shoot. Without reading the global causes, they are hunger, vision, childhood cancer, diabetes, youth, disaster preparedness, environment, and humanitarian relief. We are adding 2 more. They are not on this list. We're going to kind of tackle them as their first year as a global cause. We're going to tackle them as a district. But those are mental health and veteran affairs. And they're not fully out yet because we don't actually have a logo for them. We're working really hard.
Mental health is out.
Oh, did it come out? We were working hard. They were also trying to find a color, because I don't know if you know, but every global cause has a color. And I can tell you, sometimes it takes weeks to decide on colors. But on these papers, you'll see not only the global causes, the region chairs that are in charge, or someone that is not a region chair who is asked, such as Luisa Valera asked, can I please chair environment this year? And since there's 8 causes and 6 regions, easy, right? If there is a date, an actual date by your region project, that means there is something directly connected to your cause and your date. Such as there is World Childhood Cancer Day, where around the world, hospitals, doctors, nurses, patients, parents, everyone come together to do something. And we're hoping to have something on that date. Even if you want to divide it into multiple projects or what you want to do, you'll make sure that something is done around that time. You'll also see hunger. Hunger is a huge area. So we divided it into 2 and gave us fall hunger and a spring hunger. What you do as your project is completely up to you. Okay? Please try to, the only thing we're hoping is that you find a project or organization that needs us more than we need them. Does that make sense? Because everyone could use an extra volunteer. Right? Every food bank would love an extra set of hands to do that. But is that a project that we can put a lion's stamp on? Second harvest is second harvest. We can go and volunteer, but we can't put our sticker on it, okay? Ryan, Denise?
One very important piece that we neglected when we were putting this together to put on this paper. You do not have a budget of any kind for your project. So part of your project is if you need funds to raise them. There are grants available out there through LCIF, through the California Lions Foundation, through other, organizations around. So be creative in how you go about funding these things. So, or you can do as Maryah did for her project several years ago. She went around every club and begged. So, be creative, but remember that any money you collect, any checks would be made payable to the district. The district would keep them. The bills would be submitted for anything and you would be reimbursed from the district. But it's really important that you know there is no money for any of this within the district. We have to go out and get it. Yes. And we will help you in any way that we can to get those funds.
Okay. Also, you will all be getting an email from me. I'm gonna say by Monday. I was gonna do it tomorrow, but plans change. That has MD4, which is multiple district 4 if you're not familiar. The service team worked with marketing at a California level, and we put together a list of every localized state, not sanctioned, but endorsed idea that you can do for every local cause, and we'll send that to everyone. So you don't have to necessarily start from scratch, okay? If you want local ideas, that's on there too. And as someone who's been a service chair for 2 years and did a service project district-wide before that, I'm happy to help wherever. As we know, service is the reason I'm a lion, and I'm sure the reason you won't. Okay, did you want to talk about the calendar? Were you talking about the calendar? No? Okay. So, we're also going to pass this out. I'm actually going to do this the easy way this time. I'm going to do it even easier. I'm going to say take one, pass them down. Okay. Thank you. So they're coming around. This calendar is pulled from 3 very important calendars. These are dates, especially the district dates that need to be on your calendar. You'll be given more. These are just the ones that are set in stone. So we have international dates, we have MD4 dates, and we have district dates. Please note, if you're looking at this calendar and you're thinking you want to do a big district project on a certain weekend, please note that if it says on the MD4 side, if it says Council of Governor meeting, myself, Lion Cindy, and Lion Jimmy will not be in town. We will be wherever that Council of Governors is, that call. Did you need another one?
More than one.
I don't have one. That means there's one still on the copier. That's okay. So, does anyone have any questions about the district dates?
How about here at the global process?
Yes,
Aside
okay.
from diabetes and childhood cancer.
Yes.
Where does maybe dental and medical falls under, still under humanitarian relief or?
That would be, well, those would be humanitarian relief.
Oh, okay.
Unless you are working directly with people who, unless you're doing a diabetic screening or you're doing something directly with children and dealing with cancer.
But
It's
otherwise,
humanitarian.
other.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions about either the calendar, the project? Any questions? So everyone's gonna be at everything, right?
I can't hear you.
Okay. So, at the end of the year, the last piece that you will do is the zone awards. Very quickly, it's broken down into 4 pieces. Region chairs, please note, your zone chairman can't get this award if you don't do your job either. Okay? So, what's looked at on these awards are the first 90 days. Within the first 90 days, you should have contacted your clubs, had we have a cabinet meeting. You should have set a zone or region meeting and been in communication with the governor. Minimum. Okay?
Why did you list that on there?
Because I wanted you to pay attention to me and not read the
I can't
form.
write that down.
It's okay, because later you're also going to get all the resources that have all of it online. Don't worry. The next piece is throughout the year. Throughout the year, you, region chairs, according to the report, need to have a minimum of 2 meetings. Zones, oh yeah, you have my keys, Kevin, you can go make another one. It's on, the zones are supposed to have 1 meeting every quarter. Now, it's not enough for you to say, I did a meeting. When you have these meetings, you need to also send an email to our cabinet secretary that says the date of your meeting, where you had your meeting, and who was in attendance, and what, at least 3 bullet points of what you talked about. Along with how your planning for your global project is going. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Next is before the year end. All of the current zone and region chairs should have already been in contact with their clubs at least a month and a half ago to remind them to make sure that they put in their next year's officers and they do a wrap-up of the year. Okay? At the end of the year, it is your responsibility to fill out the application for the Zone Chairman Award and submit it to the district secretary. We don't do it for you. If you want the award, you have to submit it. It hasn't gone out yet for you this current year. Yeah, you get it from, you'll get the form from either the district or international or both.
You will get, if you are a region or a zone chair currently, next week you will get an email from me that has the application on it. And it will also let you know whether you qualify to fill it out or not, so you'll get it individualized.
Okay? The last little thing I want to bring everyone's attention to is the resources. On Lions International website or through the portal are these things that we're going to go over. On the Lions International website, there is an entire, I know region chairs, it sounds weird, but under there's an entire thing about zone chair responsibilities. There's websites that'll take you to all of these resources that I've given you. There's also an ebook. If you are someone who needs paper, you can print it. It is 47 pages. And there are questions, there are other websites, there are detailed information about everything that we've already gone over. But if you need it on a paper form in front of you written out, or written out in a different language, you can get it on the website, okay? Mission 1.5 has its own web page on the international website, on our district website, and on the MD4 website to keep track of if we're hitting targets, okay? If you go on to the international website and you want more information about your global cause, you're going to go to the Global Action Teams tab, and it'll give you everything, including every single grant that is eligible under that cause. And lastly, there's always us. There's all of the governor's team. We're all in this together. I promise, as I say to students and anyone else, there are no stupid questions. Because if you have a question, someone else probably has the same question. Okay? And I know this was a lot of information in 45 minutes, but there was a lot of information to give. The one thing, even if you have done the job before, that I want to encourage every single person around this table to do is to go onto the Lions portal, play around with the Lions portal as you see it now, play around with it again after July 1st. Because it will change for a lot of you. But also on there is a tab called Learn. There are free classes that are PowerPoint-based classes that you could do at your leisure to bring you up to know more than you ever thought you'd need to know about Lions International. However, the one that I would really love all of you to do before July 1 is the Zone Chair Learning tab. You should all do that, and you should all pass it with 100%. It just means you read every slide, you did the 4 exercises, and you're ready to go. We believe in you already, but sometimes having that little bit of information outside of that makes you believe in yourself a little bit more. Okay? Are there any questions? Honestly, there are no dumb questions.
Yeah, actually, so I haven't been on this, I've never been on the portal because as a membership chair, I don't make any reports on there, whenever I report to the club. And there, so since the portal's been in existence, I have not been in one of these positions. So is that an app that we download here?
It is a website.
Okay.
It's lionportal.org. I never remember if it's .org or .com.
You can go to lionsclubs.org and click on portal, and it'll take you there. That's a little easier.
Yeah. And I'm going to be really honest with everyone. I know that all of our websites have a search bar. I go to Google and I type in Lions International, Zone Chair Training, and it comes up. I go Lions International Lion Portal, and it comes up. But then I bookmark them and I save them because Google works much faster than the search bar on our websites. I'm sorry. It's true.
Yeah, that's true, that's all articles and things
Yes.
like that. It's not very-
So there's a login, how do we log in?
Yes, so your login information for anyone that has not logged onto the portal is, you're gonna have to do a couple steps if you've never logged in. One, you're gonna have to go to the website, say sign in for first time. You're gonna put in your email that you opened your Lions membership with. If you don't know what that is, contact your Lions secretary from your club. Or Lion Denise, she can also give you all this information. You're gonna need your Lion membership number and the birthday that is registered with Lions International. Which is why a couple years ago, your secretaries were hounding you all for an individual email address and to make sure your birthdays were correct, right? Everyone did that.
I would suggest that you check with either me or your club secretary to find out what your birthday is with LCI. Because 80% of the Lions in our district have January 1st and their year as their birthday.
And half of those years are the year you joined Lions, not the year you moved.
So you need to specifically know what's in there. But the nice part is, once you get in there, you can put your real birthday in, so you won't have to remember what was in there.
Yes. And then you'll create an individual password and you'll be able to get in. It can take about 24 hours. So start sooner rather than later.
And Denise, you're okay with us making a request to you?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
You can text or call or shoot me an email and I'll get back to you within a few hours most of the time.
Why not?
What access will we have as zone chairs for information?
So
for other clubs?
you will be able to see, as zone and region chairs, you will be able to log on to your clubs by searching their name in the search bar on the portal. And it will show you their stuff. It'll show you when they meet, if they've added that information, their current roster that is open to the public. If you're coming, some of our clubs have clicked private on their rosters, which means you can't get all of their information. If you have a club like that and you need it, please reach out. Lion Denise has full access to it all, okay? The other thing I will tell you is in the small menu, where you'll see the active club members, if you click view all, you get a bigger screen and it tends to show you more information, okay? And if you have a problem, please reach out. We've all had problems, I will admit. I think those of you who are logging on for the first time this year will have it better than we had it when we first did the rollout. And I know that to be true because I was on a rollout team. And I know how much of a headache it was in the beginning, okay? Are there any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, so going back to the club health, so the club monthly assessment, what are the metrics we're looking for and what's some guidance?
So it's gonna show you your club name, their club ID number, how many members are in their club, when the last time they reported any, and when the last time they added a member, and if they've done any service. So you can kind of see there's some clubs out there that wait until June to put in their entire year's calendar of events. That could be a headache for you because you're going to look at it and be like, they're not doing anything. But I saw their Facebook and they're doing stuff every day. So you got to kind of balance that. I also recommend you all, when you get your club list, to make sure if you have a Facebook, if you're active on social media, go find them. See if they have a social media presence, because that is one way to also find out when they're doing things. Because we would love to encourage you not just to go to a district visitation, but show up at a service project. Roll up your sleeves and dive in.
Do you recommend clubs to put it in that Lee Roaring Facebook club?
I recommend to advertise however works best for your club.
So you still have to do hashtags?
You still should do hashtags. However, if this was a marketing class, I would tell you never put it on your club page. Tag your club, right? Put it on, because everyone who's on your club Facebook, on your club social media, you're advertising to yourself. The everything roaring in District 4C4, that's to let our district know what's going on. And some other people have joined. right? But if you really want the community to know what you're doing, you gotta put it on your page and tag your clubs. So @ whatever.
So that's basically your personal
Yes.
Facebook, not
Not your club Facebook. Yeah, because the people who are on our club Facebook are already our club members. The people that are on our Lion Facebook are already Lions, right? So it's a give and take. It depends on who are you trying to market to? Are you trying to get district Lions to come, or are you trying to get the general public? But you'll all learn that, how the clubs you're serving work really quickly. Any other questions about roles, responsibilities, calendar? We're good? Okay. Yeah.
So I'll be new in this position. As zone chair, so we will be working under the region chair.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, yes.
How would we know who are our chairs,
We're gonna give that to you in just a minute.
Okay.
The last little piece is, how many people in this room have been to RLLI, Regional Lions Leadership Institute, in the last 6 years? If you have not, that date will be coming out. I recommend you register for it and go. I believe the district still pays 50% for people who have never gone. Those who have been to it, was it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Those who haven't, it's worth the 3 days, 4 days.
3 days.
Council Chair?
2.5.
How long is RLLI now? 3? 3 days. 3 days. Okay, so.
What is the
Yeah,
What's
so,
the name?
Regional Lions Leadership Institute. You'll all be getting flyers about it, you'll all be hearing about it, but it is really good, and it doesn't just apply to Lions. You can use, those of us who are still working, you can use some of those leadership skills at work. It's actually, a lot of corporations would pay big money to do our leadership training.
Is this in person?
It's in person, yeah. Okay? And those of you who have done RLLI and are interested in becoming part of the training team for the district, the state, or international, you will have the opportunity to apply. Unlike RLLI, that is just a fill out the form and pay and you go. Faculty Development Institute, you apply to go. Okay? There's some of us in the room who are already FDI certified and thinking, oh, I'd love to do the next step. Some of us have to wait till after we're district governors to do the next step. And so you'll get all that later, okay? With that, if you have no other questions about roles, responsibility, stuff like that for me, I'm going to hand it over to our district secretary, Lion Denise, who is going to give you even more information.
What is wanting to know?
I did it 16 years.
Okay, got a couple of things that Executive Director Yvonne is going to pass out for us. One of which is everybody's least favorite, I think. And that is, what do I wear when I go away? So the cabinet uniform this year is a navy blue blazer. You are responsible to get your own navy blue blazer. A lot of you probably already have one. And we will be providing you with a crest that will be put on the jacket. There will be a date late in July that we will have you come with your jacket and we will tell you where the crest needs to go. We will give you your name badge and your polo shirt. Your pin, your lapel pin, will be given to you at the installation dinner. That will be part of the ceremony at the installation dinner. So the official uniform is a navy blue blazer with a crest, with a white shirt or blouse, medium gray pants, the district governor's tie or scarf, and those will be given to you on that same day. They've been ordered. Your name badge goes on your right lapel.
your Lions pin, the district governor's pin, and if you're lucky enough to have a Melvin Jones pin, that should be on your left lapel. The casual uniform is the polo shirt, which is a very pretty color this year. Black pants, your name badge on the right side of your shirt, and your Lions pin on the left side. Formal dress will be at the cabinet installation and the district convention for cabinet members. For gentlemen, it's a white dinner jacket, black pants, black shoes, white shirt, name badge on the right lapel, Lions pin, etc. on the left. For ladies, it's a cocktail style dress, name badge on the right side if it isn't going to damage the fabric. Same thing with your Lions Club pin. So if your dress happens to have a lot of sequins on it, the pin doesn't usually do well on the sequins. When Lion Yvonne sends out the visitation schedule every Sunday evening, each visitation will tell you whether the governor is requesting it to be in full uniform or casual uniform. Some clubs, we go casual, some clubs like the formality. So it's up to, that will be predetermined. So that's another reason for you to watch your email every Sunday night, not only for the thread, but for the visitation schedule. Any questions on what to wear when? Lion Yvonne is also passing out the contact information for each of your clubs for the officers, if we have it. As you can see, there are quite a few blanks, and I'm going to just go ahead and ask you guys to pass these on. This is the list of contact information for the cabinet officers, along with your clubs. It's got your email and your phone number, your fellow zone chairs and your region chairs. Please take a look at it, and if something's wrong with your name, please let me know so we can fix it. It will be published on July 1st, the first day of the governor's year. And we ask you, please do not share this information with anyone until it is on the thread.
You pass this on?
Yeah, please. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said post here on my this looks like Nikki. The officers are Nikki.
You're right.
Put two extra.
But that's, so that's, whoever has,
You have the Nikki or the host? Which one's correct?
so Malou,
Yes.
you need to check, you need to change on yours where it says San Francisco host to San Francisco DK. That's a bad typist mistake. No, it's yours. It's always Bradley's fault. Bradley's been the president of my club for the last 2 years, so we blame everything that happens in the city on Bradley.
Always.
Okay. The communication from the district to you is going to be email. Some of you don't look at your email. Some of you do. There's a couple of you that have requested that we send you a text to tell you to look at your email. 90% of what I send out to you has a statement on the bottom that says, please reply to this email so that I know that you got it. I have a record from the region and zone chairs for Governor Clayton's year of one particular zone person that takes 20 to 25 days to reply. Does reply, but takes 20 to 25 days. Please don't do that to me. If You can hate me as much as you want. You can curse me under your breath. You can curse me in person. But please respond. Open your email and look at it. How many of you got the email I sent yesterday? Telling you to wear a solid color shirt, reminding you about this event. I didn't ask you to reply on that one, did I? Yeah, but see, now this is the other thing too, is Alvin didn't get the one I sent out yesterday. So if you get a second request from me or a phone call and you're really not getting it, please check your junk folder. These emails are coming from lionsforservice@gmail.com. And that's lions, the number 4, service. So please check and make sure that that's something that your email will let you bring in. Yes,
For those of you like myself that your primary first check is an iPhone, if you're using the iPhone app as your number 1 email, we found that Lions for Service, because 90% of the things it sends is from Constant Contact Group, that it gets put in non-priority. Please favorite them and put that email address in your favorites folder so it will be on the main screen.
So you should be getting the thread every Sunday night at about 5 o'clock. Please go ahead and remember to take a look at that, because that's where you're going to find out if there's something going on with one of your clubs. If you haven't already spoken with them, they may have put something on this week that's happening that you might want to visit them for or help them out with. Their district events are on there. Down at the bottom of the thread, there's what I call general information. So for example, there is going to be the contact list for all the members of the cabinet who will be down there. There is also a protocol, or what is called order of preference. Protocol and order of preference is something that you need to be very much aware of. It's when your clubs have an installation and they're doing their introduction of dignitaries, there's a very specific order that's supposed to be followed. What I have done this last year, and will do again July 1st, is I not only put the order of preference on there, but I put the names that are associated with that person. So that, and the way that our district does it, we start with like club presidents, if your club's going to do that, zone, region, cabinet officer, region, zone, GAT, then the governors, and our district governor in our district is always the last one introduced with, please join me, stand and greet our district governor. We do it at the very end so that they're the ones that stick in your memory when you sit down, is the reason for that. So it'll be in writing for you on the thread. Yvonne usually sends out a protocol for visitations, which is a little bit different because not all of those people are usually there. But there's PDGs and PCCs and PDQs and whatever else that are involved in that. Okay, the cabinet meetings in the district this year are on the calendar that Maryah gave you there. The 27th of September at Mission Blue in Brisbane. November 8th and February 7th are both going to be here on those days. Each region will be responsible for the cabinet meeting. So the first meeting is going to be regions 1 and 2. November is going to be 4 and 6, and February is going to be 3 and 5. What that means is approximately a month before the cabinet meeting, there will be a required Zoom meeting for the region and zone chairs of those 2 regions. And we will go over what is needed for these meetings. Now with Mission Blue, we have an early meeting, so we have a breakfast to put on in addition to the lunch. But the meetings that are here, Alvin has to go to work, so bye, Alvin.
Yes, thank you.
So the meetings that are here will be a snack and then a lunch. One of the other things is all region and zone are requested to ask for raffle prizes for the meeting. And then the two host regions are asked to beg for them. We have no income for these things. Everything has to be covered. All the expenses have to be covered by the raffle and covering the cost of the food. So it's not a moneymaker. We're not intending to make money. When we put the money out, how much it costs to come here, we figured out what we think it's going to cost, and we're not trying to make money. We're just trying to cover expenses. So that's kind of everybody.
Can you repeat that again for the raffle prize again? Who asks to do begs again?
Everybody asks.
Okay.
The hosting regions beg.
Okay.
So all you really do is when you're making your monthly call to your president, and please don't forget to call the secretaries once in a while. Because in our case, they would call the president, we would say call the secretary. So it's more fun if you have a relationship with both of them. Or you would lawmake them. One other thing that I have on my list is each region is going to have an AED. Anybody know what that is?
What is it, defibrillator?
A defibrillator, right. The district currently owns 5 of them, and we just got a grant for 2 new ones that are much more sophisticated and supposedly easier to use, but I don't know how they can be any easier to use than they are.
They're easier because you don't have to be completely dry.
Oh, okay. PDG Jack Van Atten is our district disaster preparedness chair, and so he is kind of in charge of them. That bag over there on the table says AED 1 on it. One of the region chairs will have that. The bags are numbered. You are responsible to take that to events that you go to within your region. And if any club is having one and they want to use it, you are responsible to give it to them and then to get it back. That seems to be the big key. You gotta get it back. It is recommended that when you take these things to something, you put it next to the American flag as kind of a guideline as to where it goes. The 2 new ones were from a grant from Sequoia Hospital. So they need to stay wherever we can. They will be assigned to region 5 and 6 because they are primarily peninsula. But the other ones will be out, and maybe some of you zone chairs may end up with one because we have extras. Please be very careful with them. Once a month, you will get an email from PDG Jack asking you to give you the readings that are on there so he knows whether the batteries are still working and that things are still viable. But it's just one of those things, I don't know, Asia, what do you just keep it in the trunk of your car?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it's not like you have to walk around with it all the time. But we do put it in a bag for you to make it a little easier. And PPG Jack will be having a training on the new machines for anyone who wants to go, required attendance from the 2 region chairs that will actually have them. Okay, I know that's a lot, but any questions? Yay. Just as I said, please you guys, email, respond. If you need to know something, call me, bother me, please. I'm retired. All I have at home is a husband who sits in a chair most of the day and watches television. So I have time. So call me.
Can I add?
What?
She's the coolest lion.
So I believe Yvonne is next.
visitations for the district governor. So first of all, what I want to talk about is your bios. Now, the bios will be nice and short. All I need is 100 words. And if you don't know what to say, you can just put down, my name is Yvonne Kantola. I'm with the San Francisco Chinatown Lions Club. I've been a Lion since 1987. And something else that would be interesting. So that's very easy. And so I would like to get these from you by July 15th, and you will send it to me at lineyvonne1.ed@gmail.com. So I think my email is on the list somewhere anyway. So at the visitation, when you have the visitation, the club president will introduce the zone chairs. The zone chairs will introduce the region chairs. The region chair will introduce the vice governor, and they will introduce the governor. The governor will be the last person to speak. And back to your bios. Please make sure you keep a copy of your bio in your jacket pocket when you go to visitations. That way, you'll always have it there, and you can also put it on your phone. I will be sending out there to everybody the bios for zone chairs. It will be your region chairs and everybody above. So you will all get a copy of the bios for the vice governors and the governor. And this is just in case if somebody is not there and you would have to be the one to introduce the person that is above you. Okay. And for the zone chairs rather, I normally will send the bios to the club president in advance when I send the emails to them, telling them who in the cabinet will be visiting them. This way, they have a chance to look at it, they can read it over, and because if they're nervous, they can have a little bit of a practice to read it beforehand, and it'll be easier for them. And for the region and zone chairs that have served this current year, if you want to keep your bio as it is, then just let me know that you want to keep it, okay? And the calendars will go out every week on Sunday afternoon, and it will have the schedule of the upcoming visitations. For the region and zone chairs, your name will appear in red. If it appears in red, that means I need an RSVP from you. And as our cabinet secretary said, the sooner the better is the best, because then that way I can change your name to black. And you won't have your name in red, and when it gets time closer to the visitation schedule, and if it's still in red, that means I'm gonna have to call you. You don't want me to call you. Okay. And I'm going to pass out this sheet because I know you're gonna go on vacation at one time or another. If you're gonna be gone for more than one day during the week, please write it down. And I know you don't know that if you're gonna be gone in November right now, maybe. Maybe you do. If you do, put it down. Okay? And also, there's a spot there that says bio. And if you're gonna send me a new bio, just mark it down, you're gonna send me a new bio. If you're gonna keep the one you already have, you can put that down as well. If you need help with your bio, please contact me. And dress code has already been covered.
I was gonna use AI.
Yeah, you can use AI. As long as it's under 100 words.
Sure, the better.
Yeah.
I noticed that when we were getting our calendar, that you do say full uniform or casual.
That's right.
That will stay on.
I'll still do that. If I know in advance that it's gonna be casual, I'll let you know, but for now, every visitation will be formal, okay? And
As I said earlier, the sooner you respond to me, whether you'll be attending the visitation, the better. I normally will send out to the clubs and ask them 1 or 2 months in advance. So, which means like, I'm gonna be starting in August, having clubs booked in August. There won't be too many in the beginning of August, but after installation, I'm gonna step it up as best I can, because there will be a time period where the governor will not be here, and I will have to make up for lost time. So that means that you're all gonna be busy, I hope. So, final reminder, your bio by July 15th. Save everyone's bio to your phone or in your pocket, whichever way is easier. Let us know if you're gonna be away. RSVP on time, which means that if I send it out on Sunday afternoon, hopefully I will get a response from you on Monday. Okay, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me, let me know. Okay? And we'll have Maryah next.
All right. I'm back. Hope you all have questions this time. Besides your bio and your calendar, and the last piece that Governor-elect Cindy will go over in just a minute, the other thing that we're hoping you will help us with in the first 35 days of the Lions Year is we need every club that has a registered Leo club, whether it is active or not active, to fill out the youth protection policy. In the past years, it has been if you work with children, anyone under the age of 18, for more than 16 hours a month, you are required to do the background check and the life scan fingerprints. It was just passed at MD4 that since this is law, not just a suggestion, that every Leo advisor registered on the portal, again, whether they have an active club or an inactive club, must be fingerprinted and background checked. Okay, so if you know your club has a Leo club and it is not active and you don't have a Leo advisor and you haven't for several years, go into LCI and close it.
There's a termination form. I have it. Let me know and we'll send it to you.
Okay, very important. I'm going to read a list of clubs. If this is one of your clubs, please be ready to contact them, and you will get who is currently registered as their Leo advisor information by Monday, okay? Bay Area Global Outreach. It is not fully, the paperwork is not fully in, it will be in tomorrow, but Bay Area Special Olympics will have a Leo club with paperwork tomorrow. Burlingame. Hopefully, Daly City Host is getting one together. Foster City. Foster City Bear Island Cyber. Millbrae. Peninsula Veterans. San Bruno. San Carlos. San Francisco Chinatown. San Francisco Phil Am. San Francisco Global Business has an Omega Club. That technically means they're over the age of 18. However, I don't remember hearing a distinction between the two at the vote, so we'll have to ask our council chair. They are still a Leo club. Do they need the background check? We don't think so.
I'll follow up.
Well, we're gonna follow up with our area leader for youth protection, Assistant Governor Juanita.
Protection rate.
Thank you. San Francisco Host.
They're closing theirs, I got the paperwork today.
Never mind. They've closed theirs. The paperwork's been turned in as of today. Oh, good. San Francisco Unified. Not good, but at least that's one less. San Mateo. Who has San Mateo? I want you to know ahead of time, they have a community club. They currently have 2 advisors. One on the portal, one who does all the work. You're gonna have to connect with both of them. It's Lion Blue and Lion John Gill.
Oh, okay.
That's San Mateo Metro, they have 3 Leo clubs, which means they should have 3 advisors. Is that correct? You have 3 advisors, you have 1 advisor? That makes it much easier for you guys, okay. Silicon Valley Cyber.
Now, the mother actually has protection from some other.
They have to do the Lions Youth Protection, and they have to be fingerprinted live scanned through Lions. We can't share that information.
Right.
We've been trying, for those of us who are fingerprinted for lots of different things, we have been petitioning for years. Can you just put on the application that you can also send my report to this group, and this group? And the answer is no. Because the stuff that they need for me to go to the camp that I do in the summer that I help set up is much different than what I would need as a Leo advisor. Because when I'm at camp, I'm working with even more vulnerable population. I'm working with foster care kids. They do a deeper dive than others. The squirrels are running on the ceiling again. And lastly is South San Francisco Golden Gate. Never mind. It's a branch club. I wrote branch and Leo on the same thing, but it's a branch. So not South San Francisco Golden Gate. Are there any questions? Yes.
That's a complete list, so if you didn't name the club, then we don't have a Leo.
If I didn't name the club, they don't have a Leo club registered.
You said fill out the Lions Youth.
Well,
There is an entire, in the email that you'll get from me, with a reminder of what clubs that is, will be the link on the class they have to take, which is a 2-hour class. Technically, you could do it in hyperspeed and get it done in an hour, but it's a lot of information that you have to pass the test. Once you pass the test, they give you the number to put on your life scan application. Now, there's a fun part of this, that youth protection and life scan work for 2 years. Okay, so if they did it this year for Governor Clayton's year, they're good for this year, but remind them that they will have to renew. Okay, and we have a list of who did everything and when it passed and like when it cleared. Everyone was cleared this year. Okay.
So, yeah, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but, yeah, okay, so for example, there are four Leo clubs under my region. So they've all cleared already?
Which clubs?
Foster City?
Yes.
Foster City, Bear Island, that's a new one.
That one's up. That one they'll have to renew this year.
That needs to renew.
Yeah.
And then San Carlos?
We'll have to renew.
And then San Mateo, we need to get.
We'll have to, yeah.
Okay, so you actually know which one.
I do.
So you said on the
I had
Bay Area Special Olympics, you already know they've already.
They will be doing it probably in the next week and a half.
Okay, and then for.
We're literally adding a lion to our roster who works at the school to be the Leo advisor, but she's already doing the
And I question those for Burlingame with Vermont, is she already? She did.
Let's talk about that off book.
Okay, and then Millbrae?
Yes,
Yes.
but she may need to renew. I don't know when her renew date is off the top of my head. Are there any others?
Yeah, question.
Yes.
So when I reach out, let's say, to one of the clubs, are there any fees involved that they need to do? over there?
Yes, they have to pay for their life scan. Most clubs pay for it, but they may have to pay and get reimbursed. And it is 73? I think it's 73.
Something like that, yeah.
It's somewhere between 35 and 73.
That was pretty solid.
And then that class is also
The class is free.
Is it typical for the club to pay for this? Seems like it's
Most
private.
clubs do.
Yeah, makes sense.
At the council of governor meeting, the youth protection committee did say we should be encouraging the clubs to pay as, you know, they're doing a service for the clubs. And I think that's why a lot of clubs,
I would expect, excuse me, I would
Yeah.
expect that your club would pay for your advisor.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to have somebody who's taking on that task have to pay out of pocket.
yeah, I do know there are a couple Leo advisors who won't turn in their receipts.
Right.
That's on them, okay?
And then,
Make sure you budget for this.
the advisors must be a full member, right?
Yes.
Cannot be like an associate.
No, they have to be they can only be a Leo advisor for the club that is their home club. Okay? The only exception to that is if you are technically a branch member, you still have your home club. And you could be a Leo advisor as a branch. Okay? Yes?
Could you maybe give them an explanation of why exactly this is so important?
Yes. Okay, so youth protection. First and foremost, it is California law that anyone who works with kids be background checked and fingerprinted. First and foremost, there is stuff I'm sure in everyone's background. Think of what you were like as a teenager or middle school student that you don't need to remember. But we all know that we are, you know, who we are at the core today. Who we were then may not matter, but it does matter in the case of law and children. As most of you know, there was major legislation happened in this state that came from churches and Boy Scouts. We need to make sure that our children and the youth of the state are protected. That's all it's about.
When you say kids, what is 18 and under? Or?
18 and under. The only exception, we're looking into the Omega Leo Club because they did say at the meeting that they didn't, even if it was youth exchange, even if if you're hosting a youth exchange student, even if they are over the age of 18, Youth Exchange wanted them fingerprinted and to do this background check. Which I kind of understand if you're living in someone's house that you don't know.
I just tell you, everybody given wrong information.
Yes.
So that people, they're over 18 and they will be.
It changed. It changed, how many weeks ago? Was that 3-4 weeks ago?
4 weeks ago.
About 4 weeks ago was this vote of the Council of Governors voted to adapt that anyone dealing with kids at any time, no matter the hours.
They are over 21.
We're going to get a clarification on that, but we think, we were told all youth, if you're going to house someone from Youth Exchange, and anyone who is listed as a Leo advisor. If you have 2 advisors, they should both be done. Council Chair?
So essentially, as far as the over 18 piece, that's coming from international. Youth Exchange is an international program. International statutes override everything. So if you're doing a Youth Exchange program, and Youth Exchange was founded in California, coming from international, we have to vet anybody that's going to be hosting those kids. Okay? Now, the main reason is, yes, we want to protect the youth. That is first and foremost. There's a bigger reason. Los Angeles County School District just got paid out over $2 billion because they didn't follow youth protection. That just happened in the last 2 months. Our organization cannot afford to take any kind of hits because we relaxed and weren't on the job. So this has got to happen. That's the exact reason. We have to protect the organization and we have to protect our youth. That's it in a nutshell. And ourselves. Thank you.
What about the clubs with the vision screenings at the school?
Now, every school is going to be different. But I will tell you, coming from the Bay Area Special Olympic Lions Club, every member of my board, that is all active, 9 members of our club, We are all background checked and fingerprinted every year because we go into the schools and we work with a very vulnerable population, special needs community. Most of the people we work with are technically over 18, but their mental capacity isn't, right? So the schools may want something, some may want what they want and some don't. The school district we work with, they also make us go and get a TB test. But that you're gonna have to work on vision screening with the schools that you're in.
Yeah, it's, according to the state law, it's up to the school. Because when you're volunteering in the school, you're really not there as a lion as far as the school is concerned. You're there as a school volunteer. So it's based on what the school wants to do. For example, the Jefferson Elementary School District in Daly City has no problem with us going in as long as there is a school employee present.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the school.
Here's the deal. They don't want somebody with something in their background where they would be alone with a vulnerable person and groom them. If you're a transient in the school or you're just coming for the day and talk to them, show and tell, that's fine. But there's people out there they want to keep out of this, that's all. And I don't need to go into detail about grooming and they want to be alone with kids. You don't want people like that alone with children.
One of the other things that changed with this youth protection policy is if you are transporting Leos in your rental cars, there's a whole nother form that you are supposed to fill out and the district is supposed to have on file, such as insurance information, driver, background, all of that, if God forbid there's an accident, we know who was driving, who was in the car, and what the insurance covered. Okay? Please also, when you talk to these clubs about their Leos, remind them that if their Leo has not turned in a parent form, a media release form, and a medical release form, which is all on the Leo website, they cannot be registered on the Leo portal. If they're not registered on the Leo portal, they are not a Leo. They cannot serve as a Leo. They are not insured to be there. And I hate to say it like that, but if something were to happen to one teenager or one child in a Lion event, Lions would be done. Not just here in District 4C4, but throughout the country. Because every dime that the parents could get, they would sue for, and Lions would have nothing left. Just think about your own kids, okay? My other suggestion is, if you're driving kids, always make sure that there is someone else in the car with you, okay? You never want to be one-on-one in a closed, private area. That's part of the youth protection, that's all on there, okay? Do you have any questions about making sure this gets done? Okay. I am the current youth protection officer for our district. Our district's tradition is that it is the second vice district governor. I let you know now, if you haven't worked with me before, this is one thing, excuse my language, I am a hard ass about, is protecting our kids and our vulnerable populations. Okay? I have no problem figuring out with the governor how to cancel a Leo club that doesn't get it done. Okay?
So this is applicable to this exchange youth program coming from other
Yes.
countries.
Yeah. Okay? And your youth exchange officer will be in charge of all of that.
Okay.
Just so you know, the background checks do not come to the district. We only get a pass, no pass name. Everything else gets locked up at the multiple district office. Okay, so it's not anywhere, no one knows who these people are really. It's a name without a face to them. Okay? All right, now that,
Yeah, actually, I remember when this was first brought up at MD4 a few years ago, the other piece to it is you become a mandatory reporter.
Yes.
Just like school teachers for years have been required, if they see a kid with a bruise or something, hey, maybe they should report it. It's not a matter of talking to the parents.
Yes.
It's a matter of reporting it. And all the youth protection people, certified people have to go through that
Yeah.
piece also.
If I were getting a phone call from a zone chair or myself as the youth protection officer for the district, my first thing would be, have you done this? Do you keep a notebook with you at all events? Because it could be so much as, oh, Johnny tripped and fell and he was fine. He said he was fine, he didn't want ice, nothing, he jumped right back up and got right back to work. And he could be fine. But if you don't document it, it never happened. Or he could go home 3 days later and there's a giant bruise that his mom sees and the last thing he remembers is being at a Leo event. Okay? So keep all those things in mind when you're talking to the Leo advisors. Okay? Again, if other questions come up, you all have my phone number. I text, I email, I answer my phone pretty much all the time, unless I'm in a meeting with someone. So, all right. The last piece of tonight's training, District Governor-elect Cindy and her personal expectations for all of you.
Let me first of all pass some paperwork. That paperwork need you sign today. First of all, please give a round of applause, which Maryah did a great job. She has not only covered all the detail about the job responsibilities, about the zone chair and the region chair, but also covered some very important action items we are going to be finished for this last year. For example, youth protection. So today is not special for youth protection training. We are going to go through more detail for the upgoing training because this is really a very important issue related to the California law. So thank you very much. Still patiently sit here. Now it's not yet my year. I actually early checked in to talking about my year's goal and vision. I want to also thank you, Maryah, Mario and Yvonne, and Kevin Guest very much. Kevin is a CC. Also, he is this year's GLT, Global Leadership. So yeah, he and Mario and Yvonne working together organize this training. And he delegates Maryah to conduct today's training. This training is very good, including all the administrative team, district secretary, cover very detail about when to do, how to do, why it is important to do. So thank you very much. Great, you see, contribution for this training. So I just want to cover a little bit about what is the goal for year 2025 to year 2026. So actually, every district, before we come on board, we need to submit our goal. So I need, explain a little detail about our goal for that year. Everybody received the pin from our CC, Kevin Guest, right? On that pin, have the mission 1.5. This is the most important goal we are going to reach next year. So, talking about this responsibility sheet, how this district, because we put the goal is to have 300 of the new lines increase in District 4C4. We want to become #1 of the constitutional area number 1 in the membership recruiting and development goal. So how are we going to do that? Actually, this is including 2 different portions. The first portion is recruiting. The second important portion is retention. We don't want new membership like a revolving door, right? The people come in today, the people come out tomorrow. So we are going to have some point system. So we put 40 points on the new club development and the retention, because I think a lot of zone chair and a region chair maybe wants to achieve the goal to get the rewarding. So how are we going to do? How are we going to measure your success? We need to have a detail, right? What you already do. What is your results? So we put 20 points as a recruiting. If your region, your zone, your club have a new member recruiting, you earn 20 points. If somebody said, we're unable to really recruit so many people, but if your club, your zone, and your region can retain the member without the drop, you also receive 20 points. Now those points we are going to review every quarter. So add all quarter together. From the point, we already know who is the best region chair, who will be the best zone chair. That's very simple, but don't worry about it. This is not only your job. I am your supporter. What is the leader? Leaders give other people the power and authority to have the things done. I am the supporter. I support you guys to successful. You are not to work alone. Some of the club maybe can never increase the member. So maybe that point is not cut. Some of very difficult club in our district, maybe they can never achieve the results by increase the member, by recruit more, like branch club, sponsor more club. We all know what is the detail. So don't worry about it. If you being assigned of some of the club, the access condition is not so good, we forget about this club's point. And the second thing is I'm talking about the service. Why service is important? What is our purpose to join Lions Club? Because we want to provide the services, right? With new lines, why we want 300 lines? We increase our service force to provide more services. So I list all the global costs here, right? So not like you need leading all these global costs. We make the job a little simple, easy to achieve the goal. Because each region chair are going to leading one global cost. For example, region chair Asia Can, you are going to leading diabetes, right? So you need to create the project, you need doing the strategic planning with action plan, and also inform everybody and inspire all the people to participate in your global costs. But the other region chair and the zone chair need to support Asia. So, and also for example, Eric is in charge of vision, right? So he actually collected the eyeglasses that you will conduct some of the event related to vision care. So you will become a leader. You need to create the project more, enhance that project to another level, doing better. And the other region chair and zone chair need to participate in this event. Not like, oh, this is your event, I don't care about, right? So we will record your attendance to see if you will be there or not. So we are not asking you to lead in every global cause, but you need at least actively participating in those important service activities. Talking about the Lions Club International Foundation donation, you see, we will have an event. Then we will do multi-region competition, like the region 1 to 3 compete with the region 4, 5, 6. So we will do the event, not only achieve the results, but also have a lot of fun. Everybody is happy about it. And also, I think on my year, I will focus on a lot of training on how to get 26 different grants from LCIF. I did the international training. They have different grants, including the youth, including the new club development, including all the services. They all have some of the community impact funding and LCIF funding. So, for example, by the end of the June 30th, our district, there are a couple clubs, still have a couple $1,000 there. You can claim that fund, create the project, submit the application in order to get those 50% of the fund. So this is something about the LCIF. We need to work on that, right? So in this area, total point is 30 points. We are going to evaluate every quarter. So I'm going to meet you every quarter in my office, okay, for our meeting. So I'm not going to bother you to have a lot of meetings, like monthly, weekly, I call you every day. No, you still have your own family, you have your own business, but you need to focus on the performance too, right? My leadership style, actually, I am a performing manager, empowerment leadership. It is my leadership style. So I don't buy the concept of the position, just honorary position, I don't need to do anything. In my area, we're working together, we have something to do based on the point system you can see. Another thing is, we have some challenges before, because every year, every single time, the cabinet meeting, the attendance is not that much. We have approximately 1,800, how many lines we have?
704.
Yes.
1,787.
But every time, how many lines attending our cabinet meeting?
192 is the average.
Thank you. So our job to inspire, encourage the club member to attending our cabinet meeting, because cabinet meeting like an overview all the performance and everything, so we can inspire the perspective.
Governor, and it's not necessarily even the number of people in the room, but the number of clubs. Because as of right now, to have a quorum in our district, we need 28 clubs. So we have to remember that.
Yeah, think about if we want to vote something, right? If club is not enough, we cannot do our things. So that's important. Please, you need to call those clubs 1 week before. Encourage them to participate in our cabinet, quarterly cabinet meeting. The cabinet meeting schedule you already have, because they already gave to you, right? Three cabinet meeting. And also student, and also district convention. I know after the voting election, still in ready, right? We might have some challenges. Somebody feels too far away, but I think we need to actually work on that, continue. For this year, we're still in rating, we need to go to rating, because this is a 1-year contract. If anybody has some objection, doesn't like it, we can vote again, okay, on next year. So, but at least as a region chair and zone chair, please working together to make that happen. So this is the sheet I give to you today. If you buy in the concept, you're willing to do it, please sign your name on that, and also print your name, put today's date, and your position, for example, your position as a region chair or your position as a zone chair. Thank you very much. We have the best team. Let's working together. Thank you. We will send you the copy.
If you collect them, I will scan them and send everyone back a copy of theirs.
Okay.
Or you could just be brought in to your Governor, do you want?
I got you.
Again, because you all were so prompt, we're running a little early, and I'm just letting you know, first, we have Council Chair Kevin, who has a couple things for you, and then after, we're gonna give the regions about 5 or so minutes to meet with their zones. But before you leave, we have to put all the chairs back, okay? So just when Council Chair Kevin is done, don't run away. Meet with your region and zones together, and then we'll clean up those spaces. Are there any questions about what we've already covered? No? You might want to come up, your region chairs might have a little idea of, let's get together.
Real quick, on a secret.
See,
Technically, you can't know this until July 1st.